couple of weeks ago, I took a trip to my favorite forest spot to do some mushroom hunting. The forest in this area has a thick green canopy all throughout the summer, and there's a gorgeous rushing creek that animates the landscape, shushing at you continuously as you walk up the trail. The constant sound of the water rushing over the rocks has a very calming effect on my mind and body. But at times, it's so dominant that it drowns out the sounds coming from the rest of the forest. On this particular day, I had an inkling to climb down a small hill and explore an area off trail that was a little closer to the rushing creek. When I came to the spot, I was so excited that I followed that inkling because I found a cluster of black trumpet mushrooms, an old man of the woods mushroom, and a small sourwood tree from which I took a small sour snack. Once I felt satisfied with my explorations, I decided to make my way back to the trail and head on home to Little Miss Maggie. Right as I crested the small hill, I heard the sound of frantic crashing through the brush just ahead of me. My alarm bells immediately went off, and when I looked up, I saw a small bear absolutely running for its life away from me. And I gotta say, I was very grateful that it was running away from and not toward me, because I had no idea that bears could run that fast. I didn't think about this right away because it took me a minute to calm my nervous system down, but I had absolutely no idea that there was a bear there because I couldn't hear anything over the sound of the rushing creek. And bears do not tiptoe. The couple of times I've heard them making their way through the forest, there's been a lot of crashing and crunching involved. This got me thinking a lot about persistent noise and its ability to drown out all of the information around me. Some continuous sounds at the right time can be very helpful, like my sound machine that helps me to sleep, or even the creek when I want to go somewhere to calm my nerves. But other times, nonstop noise can really take away from life experiences, like the constant stream of traffic that I hear by my house that drowns out the sounds of the birds or the crickets and, well, not really the cicadas because those suckers are loud, but you get the point. Or what about the constant noise that's streaming at us all day, every day from the news or social media or podcasts? Spending multiple hours every day listening to other people talk really drowns out our ability to hear ourselves, our emotions, our feelings, and our personal insights. I decided last week to take a break from listening to all this digital external noise. I mean, I haven't actually paid attention to the news in 20 years. I tried in my 20s to get into it because I had some people try and convince me that I was being irresponsible by not paying attention to the news. But when I tried, I realized that it just made me feel worse than I already felt. So I decided to just give it up, and I have not regretted it at all. I also quit Instagram and Facebook 3 years ago, and I have been very grateful to myself every day for making that decision. I was super addicted to Instagram back then, and I got to a point where I realized that it was just really affecting the quality of my life. I have, however, spent a lot of time listening to others on YouTube and in podcasts. And while some of that can be pretty helpful, too much of it just turns into persistent noise that really ends up dampening my life experience. It's only a little over a week now since I decided to take that break, but I have gotten so much out of the experience that I don't think I can ever go back to my old mindless habits. The thought of spending multiple hours a day now listening to others talk and not really giving me the time or space to think or work my way through decisions, it just feels stifling to me. There are still a couple of YouTube channels that I'm going to continue watching because all of their videos are very inspiring and uplifting to me, but I've decided to only watch other videos if I'm specifically looking for something. And the same goes for podcasts too. I know it's a little ironic, me talking about pulling back from watching YouTube in a YouTube video, but I really do think that everybody would benefit from more carefully and mindfully deciding where to place their attention. I'm realizing now that I wasn't properly respecting myself or my time or even my life experience before. And I wasn't doing it intentionally either. I simply had a bad habit with technology that was specifically designed to be addictive. And I think that this worldwide addiction is pretty unfortunate for the human race. I believe that everyone inherently has the potential to add value to the world, but whether that potential is expressed or not is 100% dependent on each individual's decisions and actions. And these masters of distraction hold a lot of us back from being the best versions of ourselves that we can be. So for me, I've decided to move forward in a more conscious way. I'm no longer allowing the endless stream of digital noise to pull me away from the things that are important to me. Most importantly, becoming the best version of me that I can be and offering value to the world in my own unique way. As lovely as it is to sit next to a creek and allow the sound to drown out all the noise around me, doing that all day, every day would cause me to miss out on everything else that life has to offer.